Off the top tonight at 6, sacrament denied. The chief judge of the Kent County District Court has been denied communion at the church where she has been a parishioner for more than 6 decades. It's because she says she's married to a woman.
It's a move that for many was the final straw in a pattern of behavior that has some calling for the removal of a priest who came to the church 3 years ago. Barton Dieters has this story new tonight at 6 o'clock. Barton.
Brian and Sue, in 1966, under the leadership of Monsignor Edward Alt, St. Stephen Catholic School became the first integrated Catholic school in Metro Grand Rapids. And it had a student body that was nearly 40% non-Catholic. This tradition of inclusion and acceptance would be the essence of the school and the church for 50 years. But now, some at the church say that's changing.
I've been a member of St. Stephen's Catholic Parish for, 62 years, basically.
Judge Sarah Smolinski's been on the bench for nearly 30 years, coming from a family that includes her father, also a district court judge, and her brother, a state appeals court judge.
I was baptized there. My parents were married there. Every one of my 9 siblings went to the grade school, 1st through 8th grade. We buried my parents out of that school.
I interviewed the judge in 2016 when she became the first local elected official to marry someone of the same sex, her longtime partner, Linda Burpee. But it was just last Saturday, Smolinski got a call from parish priest Father Scott Nolan.
The way he said it was, because you're married to Linda in the state of Michigan, you cannot accept communion. That's how he said it.
It was a devastating revelation for the lifelong Catholic who months earlier gave $7,000 to the parish building fund.
Oh my gosh. I'm not welcome to get Jesus. At the church I have devoted my life to. I thought of my mom and dad, who devoted their whole life to raising us Catholic, spending all that money at the Catholic education.
Smolinski was not the first person to be denied, according to a dozen people I talked to today, including one same-sex couple who was denied the Eucharist during a service as their child was given communion.
The public shunning was everything about it was offensive.
It is part of a pattern, according to Mickey Benz, a 40-year member of the parish, who is part of a group of St. Stephen members who have decided to speak out. They point to the words of Pope Francis, who wrote that the Eucharist is not a prize for the perfect, but a powerful medicine and nourishment for the weak. And the church is not a toll house, but a place for everyone.
He has eliminated teachers who are gay. He has made it clear that gay people are not welcome.
For a period of time, Nolan forbade non-Catholic students from participating in the church services, including choir and reading before the congregation, according to members I talked to. Some parishioners have talked to Nolan, and we reached out to him as well. This is what he said to me earlier today.
How about if I plan to connect with you sometime around 2 or 2:30?
Okay. But after the time he said he would call came and went.
Hi, this is Father Scott Nolan. Sorry I cannot come to my phone right now, but please leave.
There are those who believe Nolan is in the right, but they would not go on camera, as did others with kids in the school who fear reprisal. But they all say they love the church and want healing.
We don't see Father Scott changing. Therefore, we've come to the conclusion that it would be better for him and for us if there were a change in our pastors.
Smolinski says it's time to bring this into the light.
I want to help somebody out there who's never even been born to make their life a little bit easier, hopefully, by standing up and speaking the truth.
These folks say they have questions for the bishop, including why a pastor with these views would be installed in a parish with this history. I contacted the diocese, which would not address the issue of whether Nolan's actions are supported by the bishop. A spokesperson did issue this terse statement, presumably about what happened with Judge Smolinski, quote, "This is a spiritual matter between her and her pastor." In studio, Barton Dieters, News 8.